Hello, Namaskar everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Now today's video is going to be about the explanation and to learn how the conjunction of Sun, Mars, and Mercury is going to work out in the sign of Libra. Right? So Sun, Mars, and Mercury will be conjunct from 17th of October 2025 till 24th of October 2025. So let's understand what this conjunction could do and how do we frame the meaning of such a conjunction? So this is going to be a little different video than what I used to make about the transit videos, right? So this is going to be more explanatory. I'm going to draw in the chart and explain how the predictions are formulated when there is a three planetary conjunction. So it is not just about understanding how this conjunction will play out between 17th to 24th, but also how to study a conjunction in general. So I hope this will turn out to be a useful video for all of you. But before we start, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get regular updates. Okay? And also, if you would like to have your readings from me, you can check out the link in the description box, www.anmollastrology.com. Under the reading and unique reading section, you can book a personal reading for yourself. Under the courses section, you can sign up for online course. Right? So let's get started with this video today. So before we dive into the practical stuff, let's understand a little bit about the seventh house, the sign of Libra, then the planets Sun, Mercury, and Mars. So first of all, the seventh house or the sign of Libra. So we know the seventh house or the sign of Libra basically represents our spouse and the way we perceive relationships, the way we encounter or what kind of souls do we attract towards us and what is our ability to balance a relationship. So Libra is the zodiac sign which is represented by the scales. So it does not mean that Libra represents as the most balanced zodiac sign. Rather, these are the individuals who are always trying to bring in balance within their life and mechanism. So wherever your sign of Libra goes, that means you're always trying to bring in balance into that particular area. Sorry. And one thing that you would see is that this is going to be an area wherever your sign of Libra is, that is going to be the area which will improve slowly and steadily, where you would always weigh the consequences, the good and the bad. Why? That the reason behind this is that basically Saturn gets exalted here. So because of the sign being the exalted sign of Saturn, it's a slow sign. It's a sign which moves ahead by seeking the ideas of both the ends, by seeking in ideas and the pros and cons of anything. And this is also the zodiac sign where you are going to experience a transformation within your ego and self-esteem. And that's because Sun gets debilitated in this sign. Wherever the sign of Libra is, you will always receive the debilitated effect of Sun. As in, this will be the area which would require you to adjust, which would require you to lower down your ego and express yourself based on other individuals. You might not be able to express to the fullest the kind of nature or ego you have. Rather, you have to be more diplomatic. You have to use a more diplomatic approach with your ego, with your personality, with your confidence. So this is going to be the area where your confidence is going to be tested. And since this house or this particular zodiac sign is ruled by Shukra, Venus, that means that this is the zodiac sign which is going to tell you about your luxury, your money. Money matters, your relationships, and your association with relationships. So, whenever any planet transits through this zodiac sign, through the zodiac sign of Libra, you know you are going to develop or face either some obstacles or some consideration of fulfilling your karma towards your relationships, your balance, and your foundation of partnerships. So now we have the presence of Sun, Mercury, and Mars in this zodiac sign. So first, let's talk about Sun, since Sun is the king. Sun gets debilitated in this zodiac sign. That means now your ego, your personality, your confidence is going to be dependent on your association with others. That is going to be dependent on how other people, how you are having a relationship with other individuals, how your relationships are basically flourishing. And this also develops a kind of aggression, a kind of ego that you reflect just because you develop some fears of low confidence. So sometimes when we are not much confident about something, we develop a very fearful trait within ourselves, and we develop a protective, a defensive layer around our personality, around ourselves. And we are very much, you know, cautious about the fact that if anyone tries to attack us, we are going to defend. That is what Sun in the sign of Libra means. So when Sun enters the sign of Libra, it's an air sign, right? It's an unpredictable sign. The air is always unpredictable. The air is always unstable. So the aggression, the confidence, the thoughts, the ideas here are disbalanced. They are not much balanced, and they're scattered over, over different tasks, over different scenarios. So that's why the focus comes in after transformation whenever Sun gets debilitated. But this is extremely well positioned for a person to creatively express themselves. So their personality depiction and their expression basically comes through either them expressing in as their actions in relationships, or by creatively expressing themselves, right? And here, basically, in a slow moving sign where Saturn gets exalted, Sun receives results in a long term. So Sun has to become patient. Sun has to become adjustative within this zodiac sign. That means now you have to use your personality, you have to use your confidence, you have to use your your persona, your skills, your abilities, so as to grow your relationships over time. Now, when Mercury comes into this zodiac sign, Mercury is the planet of our understanding of information. It is the planet of communication. It is also the planet of our adaptability, our adjustment, our thought process, our process of processing information. So when Mercury comes into the sign of Libra, it brings in balance in your communication. You would always desire or talk about how to bring in balance. You would talk about stable things, fairness. What is the importance of being fair? What is the importance of having equality? You will see and seek information in a very balanced manner, and you will take decision in a very balanced manner as well. That's the magic of Mercury coming into the sign of Libra, that gives you that sense of understanding the information by considering the pros and cons, by considering all of the scenarios that possibly could be there. That's why this makes a person highly, highly intelligent and highly negotiable with their communication and with their association with other people. Now, Mercury is also the karka of your conflicts and your arguments. When Mercury comes into the zodiac sign of Libra, you prefer not having any typical conflicts or arguments, because you develop a sense of diplomacy where you want to balance your relationships and balance your communications. So you would always try to give a very diplomatic answer by not being, the bad guy or the bad girl in the eyes of the other person. So you always try to have a very, strategic view towards communication. Now, when Mars is coming into the zodiac sign of Libra, Mars coming into the sign of Libra, I simply call it as a very aggressive and action oriented combination. That's because Mars, the planet of action, orientation, the planet of your energy, the planet of your passion and your strategic mind is actually coming into the zodiac sign of Libra, which is all about bringing in balance, bringing in adjustment, and seeking support from other people. Also, this is a zodiac sign which basically is ruled by the air element, and you're putting the fireball into the element of air. So your energy can be very strategically be spread over multiple and dynamic tasks. So your energy is highly, highly utilized here, but also remember the fact that air always add on the fire to the fire itself. So it multiplies the fire. So the aggression and the aggressive nature becomes quite prominent in this combination. But this combination is going to give you immense intelligence to deal with all the scenarios in life, to deal with the balance or to bring out the balance within your relationships. And sometimes this balance can be quite forceful, in fact, because of the passionate and dominant nature of Mars. Right? So now we understood what is the significance of the of the zodiac sign of Libra. We understood what sun debilitated comes and does in the sign of Libra. We understood about Mercury in Libra and Mars in Libra. Now let's go into a physical representation of a chart and analyze how the blend of different houses is going to be connected in the seventh house, and what could more be the results of this tri-conjunction, this stellium. I think that's what we call as a three planetary or more conjunction. Now let me share my screen. So on the side, I'm actually receiving a call. Let me just see that. Okay, this can wait. So, oh, I accidentally shared the chart, but rather I had to share something else. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Yeah. So, how do we study a three planetary conjunction? First, write down the planets we are getting involved, which is Sun. Sorry, I'm not able to write. Okay, now I think it will work better. So, the fifth house. Now, Mercury, Lord of the third and the sixth house. And we are always going to take the Kalpurush Kundli. Now, Mars. Mars will be the first and the eighth Lord. Right? Now, supposingly, we are getting this conjunction to be happening in Sun. Sun is going to have the lowest degrees. when the conjunction happens, Mercury is going to be in the middle, but Mercury will be the first one to basically move out of this conjunction, and then Mars and Sun are going to be together. Now, how do we have to study? The fifth lord is coming into the seventh house, right? The qualities of the fifth house or the zodiac sign of Leo are being brought in the seventh house of partnerships, of relationships, and towards your association with others. So, what will happen? You may present some kind of overconfidence within your association with others. I'm just talking about Sun right now. Your self expression, creative self expression, would become now dependent on your association to the others. Now, your decision making can be confused and again dependent on others. Why? Because you are getting this sun as a debilitated planet into an air element. So this sun is basically losing its fire and having air added to the fire. That means the fire does not know where to spread. So the confusion is there. The decision making can also go wrong because fifth house is your intelligence that you use to make a decision. So definitely you might make wrong decisions. That is also because of the association of fifth lord with the sixth and the eighth lords. This time is highly critical to basically develop your relationships with right amount of intelligence and intelligent decisions. So your decisions can affect your relationship in a negative way. That's what this debilitated sun coming from the fifth to the seventh means. Now, fifth house is your creativity. Fifth house is your education, is your learning. This also means that you are going to you are going to express yourself in a creative manner. Rather, you would also try to learn skills, creativity, and do better in creative endeavors. You would want the support of the others or of your relationship partner to develop or to take some intelligent and important decisions regarding your creativity and regarding your business as well, because seventh house is the house of business. So typically, when sun debilitation comes in the sign of Libra, it is not suggested to take any major decisions regarding partnership businesses, businesses in general, relationships, and your starting of new endeavors. Now we have Mercury, right? Now, Mercury is the lord of the third and the lord of the sixth coming into the seventh house. Now, let's first understand Mercury, then conjunct both of these planets and give out the conclusion. Now, Mercury being the third lord coming into the seventh house, third and sixth lord coming into the seventh house means that you might encounter conflicts within your relationship because of lack of appropriate actions and efforts. You would require to bring in balance. You know what happens whenever Mercury comes into an air sign? It's like you talk a lot, but you give less. So it's like that you're talking about certain things, that I will do this, I will do that. But when it comes to the action, that action could be lesser than what you promised. So that's why there could be conflicts, there could be arguments, which would motivate you to bring in balance with your self effort and your skills and your courage, right? So definitely when we talk about something professionally, professional efforts, people are going to have a very creative approach of communication. And if there were some disputes, there were some complications going on in your chart with this sign of Libra, now things are going to come into balance, because Mercury is now motivated and determined to bring in balance with communication. So it will be like two people, if they have been fighting, someone would come in between and talk for negotiation, talk for bringing in balance, settling down disputes. So whenever Mercury comes in the sign of Libra, you have excellent skill, or you become excellent in resolving issues, right? So this is a creative placement. This is a placement where your efforts, where your skills are going to be required in creative endeavors, and your association with others, in your relationships, in your communication. Other than that, it also seeks balance within one's health, one's healthy body, because first house, if that's you, it is basically all of this conjunction is aspecting the sign of Aries. So the balance is not just required within your relationships, but it is also required within your health. Now, if we combine this Sun and Mercury, so we have the debilitated Lord of the fifth house, and then we have the Lord of the third and the sixth house being present in the seventh house. That means that your relationship would require a creative communication, intelligent mindedness for bringing the conflicts or the arguments to the end or to the balance, right? And this would make you learn the skill and the wisdom and the Buddha Aditya yoga of the Sun and Mercury. It will actually, this conjunction is going to allow you to learn the Buddha Aditya, like the wealth of knowledge and the wealth of wisdom through your association with others. So, right now, for this matter, for these days, you're not going to learn about wisdom that is present in the books or in the scriptures. Rather, you are going to learn about what is required in the reality, in the real life, when you are stuck or you are, given the reality check. That is because Saturn gets exalted in this zodiac sign, right? Now, let's talk about Mars. Now, Mars, whenever the transit of Mars happens anywhere, you would know that it would bring about transformation. It would bring about self effort and self improvisation. Okay. So now Mars, add on Mars to it. So we have the Lord of the first and Lord of the eighth house coming into the seventh house, or the sign of Libra. So the Lord of the first and the eighth house. That means that your focus, your energy is going to go towards relationships, towards bringing in balance. This is going to be your sole agenda for till the time Mars is basically in the sign of Libra. And I think I've already communicated that in the Mars video. So you are definitely focused on basically getting things done or getting your to bringing in balance. And sometimes this could even be very frustrating. Sometimes this idea of bringing in balance, doing multiple things at the single time, this could be a lot burdening for you. This could be a lot more for you. That's why a person can get quite frustrated, can feel quite frustrated. Okay, so now, this Mars is also the lord of the eighth house coming into the seventh house. That means sudden ups and downs can bring about in your relationships or in the way you balance the relationships, and also the way you interact within relationships or with others. That is going to transform some change in your personality, in your confidence, in your self effort, and in the way you project all of these things is going to come because of the presence of Mars in this particular zodiac sign. Now, combine all of it. Now, you have the fifth lord conjunct the third and sixth and first and eighth. That means when fifth gets conjunct with the sixth and the eighth, you definitely take decisions which are aggressive in nature, which are sudden in nature, and which should actually be thought upon. So, what will happen is for these certain days from 17th to 24th, it would be highly crucial for you to be very evaluative of the information. Avoid any aggressive communication or any aggressive decision making. And also, this could either give you sudden gains through investments or even sudden losses. But I think it is just about sudden gains only. So, this is a good combination for getting suddenness in your investments, sudden rise in portfolios, or sudden dooming of portfolios as well. That solely depends on wherever moon will be transiting during these days. That would take the importance of whether it's about the profit or it is about the losses. But definitely the suddenness is going to come around with it, right? Then decision making makes you land into some kind of difficulties and obstacles for which then you would require to settle them down using your communication. Then, if the third lord is being connected with the eighth, with the fifth, with the sixth, and with the first lords, that means your skills are going to develop. This time is highly oriented to develop your skill, to develop your mass communication and your confidence. This will give you assertive, bold communication. So whenever you are out there, you are representing your ideas, because definitely this conjunction is going to bring about a lot of ideas about technology, creation, innovation, and the balance law as well. So when it brings about such things, it is going to work towards progress, and you will be able to communicate that and to present your work, your tasks in a very assertive and bold way. Although the sun is debilitated, definitely, but at this point, till Sun, Mercury, and Mars will be basically in the sign of Libra, I think Venus is debilitated for the whole time scenario. Yeah, because Venus is debilitated from 9th of October to 2nd of November. So for this whole time period, Venus is in debilitation, Sun is in debilitation, but Venus and Mercury are exchanging places. So they are making the Rashi Parivartan Yog. I will also make Venus here. So Venus and Mercury, both of them are making the Rashi Parivartan Yog, means that Venus is going to be supportive of this, and Mercury will be supportive of this. So excellent time to actually not start any business endeavors, but to sustain and make improvised decisions within your business matters or your creative endeavors or your skills. So this is a very skillful time. This is a very creative oriented time. This would also make you travel for work, travel for exploration, exploring something new, right? So I think that will give you a lot of information about the three planetary conjunction. Now, these are also the results that we are going to see from 17th to 24th of October. Rest, I will make the single video of each and every planet. I think I'm going to make it for Sun, and then I will make for Mars in Scorpio and even Mercury in Scorpio. But for this is something I wanted to tell, not just for the basis of giving the transit predictions, but also to make you understand that how we can add on information with a three planetary conjunction. Okay, guys, so I hope this will be helpful for all of you. We'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Take care.